You want to start off with one box of moist white cake mix. I love the Pillsbury brand, but you can use any brand you like. Take that bag out. Now I'm making one of my favorite soda cakes. So today we're going to be using some Sprite. And what I love about these soda cakes is it's just basically 2 ingredients. You don't need the oil, the egg, or anything else that the box mix may require. That soda incorporated with the mix, it helps it rise correctly, gives it a nice airy finish. I love these soda cakes. And they're super easy. So let's go ahead and stir that up, get some of those bubbles down. But if you have some left over, that's perfectly all right. So I'm just using my wire whisk to mix it all up. But we're gonna be adding just one extra ingredient, and you don't have to add it. I just think it'd be fun little mix on this cake we're doing today. Perfect for summertime. Okay. Look at that. You see those bubbles in there? That's just what we want. Even if you mix it up a little bit more, those bubbles will continue to go down. That's all right too. So next, what we're going to add for a fun flavor is I have a strawberry lemonade Kool-Aid pack. And I'm going to actually mix this and dissolve it in just a little bit of water. I have here, that might be a little too much. So we're just going to dissolve that. Stir it up a little bit. Ooh, wow. I can smell that strong Kool-Aid smell we all loved as a kid.
It smells amazing.
So now I'm just gonna pour that right into my cake mix. Kind of incorporate those flavors. Look at that beautiful red, pink color we're gonna get.
Oh, wow.
And when we bake, it's gonna lighten up even more and just be a hint of pink, but full of strawberry lemonade flavor. I'm excited to try this one. I actually haven't tried this flavor yet, so we're gonna be going on this Kool-Aid journey together. All right, so now that we have our batter all mixed up, you can see that it didn't look like it was gonna puff up, but that batter did puff up a little bit. So now I'm going to use 2 8-inch rounds. And what I did already is I sprayed it with some cooking spray, and then I did a light coat of flour just to help in that baking process. This way that cake is gonna release super easy and quickly without getting any bit left over and breaking in the pan. I learned this from my friend, and honestly, she's such a good baker that anything she tells me to do, I just do. So let's go ahead and pour this batter in. Now we want half in one, probably a little bit more. They don't have to be perfect, but you want to get it close to half as much as possible. Let's go ahead and pour the rest in the second little tin here. Let's see. Okay, do your best to eyeball 50-50. All right, now I'm gonna pour the rest back into that first one because I think it was a little shy on the batter. Scrape as much as you can out of the bowl to get all that cake goodness out. Okay, let's go ahead and swirl that around a little bit. All right, now that our batters are all ready to go, we're gonna put this in the oven at 350. It's been preheated for about 15 minutes or so. All right, now while our cake is in the oven and cools, we're going to make our homemade buttercream. Now you want to start off with 2 sticks or 1 cup of room temperature butter. So this has been out on my kitchen counter for about 45 minutes to an hour or so. And when making a buttercream, the room temperature butter makes all the difference. You don't want it melted or hard. So we're starting off with that butter. And next we're going to add a little bit of our powdered sugar, but we're going to be gradually adding this throughout our mixing process. So we started off with 6 cups of powdered sugar. Next, because I'm making that strawberry lemonade cake, I thought some lemon juice would be really nice in it. So I have about 2 tablespoons of that lemon juice. Pour that right in. And next we want some vanilla flavoring or vanilla extract, whatever you have handy. And I have about 2 teaspoons of that. Let's go ahead and pour that in. And then last, some water. I have 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons of water. Now let's go ahead and start mixing this up, and we're going to be gradually adding more powdered sugar as we go. Let's keep mixing, and as our mixer spins, let's go ahead and add a little bit more. Now here's a little secret that I do. I can already tell this is a little thick for my liking. So I'm just going to add a splash of heavy whipping cream. Just a little bit there. A little bit goes a long way when working with powdered sugar. And we're gonna add just a little bit of salt. I like adding the salt later on because I find that when it gets mixed in with all the liquids at once, you lose that flavor. All right, this is looking pretty good to me. I'm gonna grab a rubber spatula just to get all the sides. All right, so take your rubber spatula and we're just gonna start scraping that in. And again, if you feel that this is a little too thick or too runny, you can add more powdered sugar or more heavy cream to your preference. I think this looks like a perfect consistency for me. So let's go ahead and pop those beaters off. If you have little ones running around, this is always their favorite part, to lick the beaters. That was always my favorite part when I was a kid. All right, now we're gonna assemble our cake. All right, now that our cakes, they've been out of the oven, have had time to cool, because I pre-coated those pans, look how easy that comes out. Perfectly round, no breaks. I'm just gonna take that off really quick.
Looks so good. Oh my
All
gosh.
right, we have the bottom layer of our cake. I'm gonna go ahead, I went ahead and chopped up some strawberries. Now, everyone says fresh strawberries from a garden are best. You guys are lucky if you have strawberries in your garden. We can't grow them here in Vegas. So I'm just gonna start pouring it on. I just want a thin layer of strawberries in the middle. And probably that whole bowl would be perfect amount. Spread them out almost all the way to the edge. Just like that. Okay, let's see if I can get these out. This looks amazing. I can't wait to try this cake. And guys, if you try any of my recipes, especially when I bake, let me know in the comments how it turns out. I'd love to know how my followers are doing and if they try any of these recipes. All right, now that our strawberries are all on, I'm gonna add just a little bit of whipped cream just to help keep them all in place. Like that. Perfect. Now I'm gonna take my other layer of cake. That should come out just as easy. There we are. And I'm going to place this on top of that whipped cream and strawberry mixture. Kind of press it to get it really firmly in place. Does it look really gorgeous, or is that just me?
No, I was gonna say this is probably the best looking sandwich I've ever seen.
Right? Now we're gonna top it off with that lemonade buttercream that we made. Let's go ahead and just plop that on there. Now, if you had a lazy Susan or something to help your cake spin, that'll help in this process, but I don't have one of those. Hint, hint, babe. That might be a good Christmas gift. We're gonna just start to spread that buttercream on. We're gonna go over the sides. Or I don't know, what do you think? Should we cover the sides in the frosting as well, or just on the top? I don't know.
I don't even know. What would be the more delicious way to go?
Well, this buttercream, it's not too rich, so I think I am gonna try and cover the sides of it, but I might scrape through it just so that we can get a hint of those strawberries peeking through. Nice layer of that cream. Oh, I love the way buttercream smells. Honestly, if I could make a perfume out of this. Now, I did use a box mix. Normally, I'm opposed to box mixes, but just for ease of time and to make the recipe a little easier for my followers, I went ahead and used that box mix. But if you want to go ahead and make your cake from scratch, go right ahead. And just remember that you don't need all the extra ingredients when you're cooking with soda. All right, I'm gonna grab a little more frosting for my bowl and just continue to coat the sides of it.
I mean, and there's even, like, right here. Needs a little love.
Needs some love? Okay. I know this back is looking a little scarce in the frosting department, but that's all right. We're gonna cover every little bit, don't you worry.
The only thing I'm honestly worried about is when I can eat it.
You have to be patient, my love. Patience is a virtue, and it'll be worth the wait, I
I
promise.
keep trying to tell you, with food, I have very limited patience.
I'm here to teach you my ways.
Yes.
Now, when my mom made homemade frosting, or even got the stuff in a can when I was little, there always tended to be extra. And so she would find inventive ways to utilize that frosting for kids. And honestly, she would make cracker cookies. She would just take saltine crackers, put a little bit of frosting in between two, and sandwich them together. The best little cookies I've ever had. All right, now we're just gonna take a little more of that same whipped cream, and we're just going to place little dollops all around the edge. This is gonna be really delicious and great for summer. Just like that. Now I went ahead and cut the tips off those strawberries, the same ones I used in that package. I'm just gonna start placing them on top. I don't know, did you guys ever play that game Mario Party?
Yeah.
And there was a whole board game level of Princess Peach's birthday cake. And that's what this is reminding me of a little bit.
Oh, I remember that.
Who doesn't remember that? That was the best level of the whole game.
That game is brutal.
I'm really good at it though, so. All right, and last little strawberry oops.
Oh, man down.
Last one. Right on top like that. And there you go, you have your strawberry lemonade cake. All right, I'm going to cut into this bad boy because I need a slice in my life right now. It's almost so pretty I don't want to cut it. But I'm gonna eat it, so.
Is it wrong that I'm so excited for this?
You should be. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. How does it look?
Oh my gosh.
Yummy! All right, let's go ahead. Hold on, let me get this off. Okay, let's go ahead and take a big old bite. Fresh strawberry. That's so good.
Yeah?
No words. Just try the recipe. Let me know for yourself. That's really good,
Oh my
guys.
gosh.